welcome to another Monday Night Live Chats with Aaron Matthew Kaiser. It's me, if you didn't know. I want to thank you guys for joining in the chat room. Those of you that are live, I see all you in there. You guys have been following me for a while, so thank you, Ujval. Thank you, Bunk Pig, Shooting Max Shooter. I see you're worried about Hurricane Maria that's going to hit you. That coast is kind of getting hit with a bunch of weather lately. So hopefully it doesn't hit you. If it does, hope that you stay safe. Anyone else out there that is being affected by this weather, then definitely stay safe, stay dry. One thing I want to run through really quickly is I've been tweaking my settings on the software, and before I'd been outputting the stream in 720p, and this time, since I've got a good hardwire connection in, I'm trying this at 1080. So give me some feedback. Let me know if this is looking good or not, or it seems to be streaming fine. My connection health is good. So, but feel free if we're seeing issues, let me know, and then we'll be able to adjust for future episodes. All right. That being said, it is my pleasure to now welcome our guests for this evening. These are dear friends of mine. I've known them for several years. They've been putting up with me for far too long. I'm sure they deserve an award for that at a certain point. But it is the filmmaking duo of Adam and Melanie Hall from Mildly Fearsome Films. Adam and Melanie.
Hey,
Hi.
how's it going?
How you doing?
It's going pretty good for me. What have you guys been up to lately?
Pinning our kids into their rooms so we can do this. They already have escaped once, so that is not a good sign for the rest of this.
Oh, did you try chains or maybe like alcohol?
GPS is listening, Aaron.
And also, our oldest has gotten good at lock picking, so yeah, chains don't work so well anymore.
Oh. All right, so as I mentioned beforehand, I'm trying to figure out. Normally, I've got it where I've got a two up on here, so I'm having to just jump back and forth and just trying to adjust my show. This is live TV, so so let's go back really quickly. Let me look at the chat room here. 1080p, yeah, seems like 720, no difference. Usual, yeah, on your end, you might still be getting a 720p stream, but this way, at least there's a little bit higher quality there for those that have a good bandwidth. Anyway, Adam and Melanie, let's go back in time to, was it the premiere of Sudden Death that we met?
First met you, Aaron?
No. We had a production office down the hall from you.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, we got a product. I was doing my thesis project at USC, and yeah, we were making a short called Sudden Death, and we had a production office, and I don't know, we were like 3 doors down from you, because you know Randy McDowell, yes? Do you know Randy?
I don't know if I know Randy, but obviously we both know
We
Doug.
split an office with him, yeah. We split an office with him, and yeah, we were there for, I don't know, a few months leading up to the shoot, and I mean, at least that's when I became aware of you. Maybe we didn't meet then, but I knew we were
Yes, we did.
That's an interesting way to put it. Become aware of you.
I'm pretty sure we met you at that point. So, yeah.
All right. So we have a comment in the chat room. I don't know if you guys have it up or not, but
I know I can't read it. It's too far away.
Phoenix 5 says Mildly Fearsome Films is so potent it got me pregnant several states away.
We're amazing.
I can confirm that. Yes.
What have you been up to?
Phoenix 5. He's a very a loyal watcher. He's on our YouTube channel all the time. Hey, why am I waving at the computer? Hey. Like you can see it if I wave at your chat screen. Yeah.
You gotta wave at the camera, not at the monitor.
Put your hand right in there, like Aaron's.
Yeah, we should be good at these internet things by now, but no. No.
Okay, so oh man, I totally forgot about that because I had that office for like 5 years.
Yeah, we were only there a few months, but Yeah.
And you guys probably didn't realize at the time I was sleeping in my office.
Oh, we knew.
We knew.
Oh, we knew.
Well, there goes my
You do what you gotta do, man. You gotta pay the bills. You did great. You're fine.
It was a nice
I
office.
just hope
building
the
there.
office manager didn't realize I was doing that.
Now it's out there. There's got the Hawaiian barbecue and with the Japanese, the sushi place across the road.
The
It's a good
boba place
man.
downstairs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I went to the boba place a lot. I went to the Hawaiian barbecue a lot. There used to be a pho place like a block away, and I'd go there in the middle of the night when I'd get paid, and I hadn't eaten in a couple days.
If you're in Burbank, Mama Hong's is amazing. This is
that's
TV.
good. This was before that. This was some 24-hour place that was like down underneath the theater.
It's called Pho City, I believe. We visited there many times. And then they changed ownership and it wasn't as good. But again, this is scintillating.
And now I think it's closed unless it's still under new owners.
They changed management. It wasn't anywhere near as good. Mama Hong's came in and Mama Hong's is really good. So we don't need
and I know there's like a ramen place that came in and
too.
So it's downtown Burbank has gone through a few changes and yet no changes at all in certain areas. I'm probably one of the only people I'd actually love to see that Movie World place go away because it looks old and doesn't really fit the vibe of downtown Burbank anymore.
I don't think I've ever gone in.
I have.
There. Have you?
Oh yeah.
Melanie's drawn to creepy places apparently.
Do it.
All right. So, you guys are a filmmaking duo, and you are also husband and wife.
Mm-hmm.
How do you make that work?
That's a great question. Man, it was actually.
Just we hide the bruises.
I know. That got dark. Ugh. My parents are watching this.
Well, that escalated quickly.
Yeah. I like that she lifted my arm though. All the bruises are on me. I guess that's good at least. So, yeah. Honestly, it was pretty tough at the beginning. I would say, like especially back like doing sudden death was really tough. Because it is very difficult, especially because at the time when I was a student, I think were we both working full time on sudden death?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we were going to the office, and you would think coming home, you'd be able to shut it off, but we want to work. We both love what we do, and so it is hard to turn it off sometimes.
Or like one of us would turn it off, and the other one would still be going, and we want to downtime. We weren't going to get it, and I was doing other things work-wise at the time, and I didn't think this was going to happen work-wise. He kind of encouraged it.
I forced her to work with me at some point, but yeah. And then for a while, like from my perspective of being the writer or director type, and she's the producer, which as your viewers probably know is actually the boss. Taking notes on my writing and that sort of thing. Like now I crave it because I've realized she's really good at it, but. Especially back like when you're in film school and stuff, it's hard to take notes and criticism without like getting defensive about it, especially when it's from someone you really care about. It's hard not to like take it personally and that sort of thing.
We had so many fights.
Yeah. I'd get like upset that she didn't like something that I'd written or yeah, I mean I'd say we're pretty past that now, but yeah, that was pretty tough in the beginning. Now it's a blessing.
Now, are you guys, do you still have like an office now, or do you guys do more of the film stuff from home?
Look at our office.
This is our office right here, yeah. We got cool movie posters at least.
Yeah, man.
So, yeah, very good. Let's just do the rest of it like this. Let's see the top of it.
So, would you say it was a little easier because you said, sometimes it'd be hard to like shut it off going home. Do you find it's even harder to do that now working from home?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I think that we've learned to, when one person's on, we try to, at least I do, try to meet that, at least for a little while, and then we're a lot better at communicating, so we're able to say, I'm done, my brain's fried, like we need to.
Well, and we have 2 kids now too, who kind of force you to not work. So it's actually harder to get into work mode at home than it is to stop. Yeah, so.
Now, do you think your kids, you're going to start giving them jobs on things to do on set?
I already give them stuff to do, please. Riley already reads. I'm giving that kid notes.
Their job is to come and take pictures with Barry and Doug and get lots of likes on Facebook, pretty much.
So going for the YouTube gold and the Facebook gold, I see.
Yeah. We've discovered that especially Doug, pictures of Doug with cute kids get lots and lots and lots of likes. So we just put them together. We're like, you guys go, we'll take pictures.
All right. So, but you guys aren't the only ones on your team. You've got other people that come together. I know Kale is a big part of what you guys do.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't tell them we were doing this, by the way.
Hi, Nick and Kale.
So if you guys are watching, hey, they're not watching. They don't care. Yeah, Kale McCann is my writing partner. He acts in everything. Sometimes he's one of the leads in research. Sometimes he's a smaller role in sudden death, but he's always hilarious. And then your partner is?
My partner is Nick. Oh my goodness.
You almost said his old name.
Nick Horishu. I almost said his old last name. Woo! He's Nick Horishu now for like 2 years.
For a long time, he's been Nick Horishu.
2 years. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, Nick. He is my producing partner. He's been my partner for years, and we all met in grad school. And I'm very thankful for everything Nick does because. You know, in producing, there's 1,000 different jobs to do, and there's 1,000 different hats you can wear as a producer, and the things that I feel like are his assets are not mine, and I feel like I have some assets that aren't necessarily his either, so they're very complementary, and I'm really thankful for that.
Nick is very outgoing and has a knack for meeting people in random places. Like he travels all the time. And he call us up and be like, hey, I sat next to the VP at Warner Brothers, and we're best friends now. We're like, oh, cool. Well, good. Glad you're doing that. Yeah, so that happens more than you would think.
More than you'd think.
Yeah, so
it's like the stories of riding the elevator up with, someone who ends up cutting a check for your film type of thing.
Right.
Yeah. We just need one of those elevators and one of those
people.
We
need one of those checks really more than anything. But, yeah.
Sounds like what you need to do is install an elevator in the airplane and have them ride it up, and I don't know.
Might be a safety hazard, but we'll look into it, yeah.
All right, so what is when you guys are starting to come up with an idea, how many of your ideas end up actually coming, along and into fruition, and how many do you go, that was kind of a cool idea, but it really didn't have legs, and we just have to kind of let it go?
We never let anything go. I mean,
that explains why we are still friends.
Well, there you go.
We love you. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I mean, you get like little sparks of ideas, and the next day you're like, nah, that wasn't really all that great. But when we get like legit ideas, we kind of just file them away for future or something like that. And most of them, like I think the only thing that we haven't done and for sure aren't going to do is that we were talking about doing a Frankenstein vlog with Doug Jones for a little bit. And that one, I don't think we'll ever see the light of day. But that's really it. We have a whole bunch of other stuff that we're either still working on or is always in the back burner. Even like The Death of Rasputin, which was a short we did recently, which I don't know if you've seen that or not.
I don't think so. I know I was one of your. I think I was one of your backers.
Yeah, if you were one of the backers, you might have seen it. You haven't seen the finished version because we did a recut version that just premiered at the Gangrene Comedy Film Fest last week. So they're the only people that have actually seen that. That's not online or anything yet. I just saw myself doing this over here, and I'm like, oh, why was I doing that?
Why do you think every time I wait until I cut to your, angle to grab a drink of water or to scratch my face?
Well, you're
I got nothing, man.
We're not pros yet. But even Rasputin was an idea I had a long time ago, but we just never thought we were going to have an outlet for it. Like, we all thought it was a funny idea, and the true story is crazy. But we're like, how are we going to do 1916 Russia? But then we got the money to do a web series with APU, and they gave us money to go get Kyle Howard and use Barry Bostwick as we always do. And I don't know, at some point we struck on the idea of making it modern, which would make it shootable. And so even that was an idea that I was like, we're never ever going to do that, because when are we going to spend 50 grand on a short? But then we needed something, and it kind of came back around. So you never know. Like, even ideas that we don't think are going to use, sometimes we do.
We have more of those than I think he does.
You and Nick?
No, you.
Oh.
I think we have more of those. I don't know if that's going to see the light of day anytime soon. But
well,
hey.
she doesn't tell me that she feels that way about them. She's like, nah, it's never
I wait
happen.
till vlogcast and then I do
Yeah, she tells me from people watching.
All right. So for those watching that are not, let me switch over to me. For those that are watching that aren't necessarily familiar with sudden death, give us the elevator pitch.
Los Angeles has been overtaken by a disease that causes people to die suddenly. The only known symptoms are spontaneously breaking into song and dance. I don't know why she's laughing, but dude, I've done the pitch so many times. Got the log line like that. So. And
you guys have had quite success in the festival circuit. In fact, I think I've seen you perform it at least 3 different times.
Possibly,
not perform it, but
right. Sometimes
give it time. You might see it be performed.
Sometimes we like to go and instead of screening the movie, we like to get up and do an interpretive dance version of it.
I would pay money to see that.
Yeah, it has not been very successful, so I don't know if you do. Yeah, I mean, we played Sudden Death probably, I think we played like 15 festivals in LA with Sudden Death. We didn't go to all of them. But yeah, Sudden Death did very well. We played 100-some film festivals and won 50-plus awards. That's not like an arrogant, like, I don't know how many awards we won. It's because there have been times where we found out we won awards at festivals we didn't know we were playing at. So I'm not exactly...
an interesting...
Yeah, that was weird to us too, but we're like, hey, an award, cool. So we're not going to like question it really. But that's actually happened a few times where like festival programmers passed it off to other programmers and we didn't know about it. That was actually kind of cool, really. So we did that. We've done a number of web series that have won various awards. So all told, we've probably played 120 some festivals, something like that, 130. I don't know, somewhere in there.
One of those web series being Inside the Extras Studio, which is one of my favorites.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. Glad you like it, Aaron.
Yeah, that's Barry Bostwick hosts as Milt Hamilton, and he is. It's inside the actor's studio with extras, so taking extras way more seriously than they should be taken. That's been a lot.
Everyone needs a Jose in their lives, right?
Oh, Juan, I can tell you really like.
Really
like.
He might as well have been Jose.
Hey, man, the kids have escaped. Hey, buddy.
Hang on, I got it.
I can't believe I got that name wrong. That's embarrassing.
Okay, all right, see you, bud. He said he didn't want to be on TV.
Oh, what kind of child have you raised that doesn't want to be on television?
Neither of us like to be on. This is why we do behind the scenes, man. We don't like being on camera. So he's one of us, I guess.
So talk a little bit about, because you guys have some future plans for Sudden Death, right?
Yes, we're working on the feature. We are kind of in the process. The script's done, the songs are done, the songs are awesome. Kayla and Kenny did a great job. If you've seen the short and you like the songs in the short, wait till you see the feature, because the songs I think are way better. So yeah, we're kind of going out to talent right at the moment to try and attach some people to that. We've already, there's a number of people obviously from the short that are still going to be in that and that sort of thing. But yeah, we're talking to people. We're in the process of doing that, and then hopefully from there we will be raising money to make the feature of that. So if anybody watching is a millionaire, now's the time. Yeah, Hit us up in the comments.
What if someone watching is a billionaire?
Well, that's even better. Yeah. So, wouldn't that be weird if we like raised all the money, like millions, to make a movie in the comment section of your web series? That would be.
That would be fantastic.
Do we owe you a royalty if that happened? Did you get a finder's fee? Is that how that works?
So I do have to show.
He didn't answer. Yes.
I didn't answer yet. I'm just like that. That would be awesome. It's not going to happen.
We're taking it in the comments.
Yeah, in the comments, let us know if you want to put money toward the feature of Sudden Death the Musical.
It's gonna be awesome.
I do have to show you one thing here, and it's there's a certain girlfriend I've had in the past, and I've always had a certain ringtone for whenever she would call me, and it probably was a mistake because now if I hear this song, and because I don't want to hear from her anymore, but this was the ringtone.
I cannot see it. Oh.
Can you hear it? No?
Is it playing? Oh, it's Love at First Sight.
Love at First Sight. Yeah. Aaron, don't ruin our movie.
I'm going to set that back to Thundercats.
Okay, well, there you go.
But yeah, so I had that set for a particular girlfriend, and things never were quite right when we were dating. So at the time I was waiting for her call, it was, not going to be a good call. So now I've got bad memories of that song.
I mean, the song's kind of about loving people in spite of their faults anyway, so it kind of works.
It's true. Yeah. That's very true. I'm sure I will, at some point in the future, reassign that for another contact, and it will be all peachy keen and fine.
The original, Kale, when I came with the original, we were pitching that, because my original version, the idea for the song was just like the final version of the song is they have their meet cute moments, and then they kind of start spotting all the flaws within each other, and then it ends up being that they kind of come around to love at first sight, quote unquote. But anyways, the original version was just an overly happy love song where outside people were interjecting how awful love was. And so I gave that to Kale, who writes the songs and then works with Kenny on the music. And he came back, and his version was, well, we don't really like each other that much, but we're going to die, so I guess we'll get together anyway, which doesn't really work with kind of the theme of the movie. But I thought it was funny, and so that's kind of where the final version came, is starting that way and then ending up where we needed them to end up. So.
I wish I could find a woman that would love me just because it's the end of the world.
Well, that would also mean it's the end of the world, so... hey, if we get there, we probably will.
We'll help you out, Aaron.
I love Melanie's reaction there, just this.
Well, a good portion of Adam's ending was he wanted everyone to blow up and die, and the whole world was going to end, and I wasn't enjoying that, so we changed it.
Yeah. We might have lost.
Was that one of the notes that you gave him?
Yes.
You were like totally frozen. Can you still see us?
I can still see you.
Okay. Well, as long as you can see us. Yeah, I mean, that's people. Man, it's honestly, it's kind of frustrating for me too that a lot of times people are like, "Oh, what does a producer do?" And I'm just like, really? Like, if it wasn't for producer, yes, everyone would have died at the end of Death, and that's how it ended. Because originally it was a much more of a political satire. And honestly, I mean, I can see it now, but it wasn't really working at all. And so it became what it became largely because of notes from her and notes from my mentor, who wrote Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, and other things.
That is a good producer. That man is
He's really good. Produced Backdraft and Blown Away and some other stuff.
Awesome.
Yeah, notes make the movie. Or ruin the movie, depending on who they're coming from.
There's some stuff out there about the recent Mummy movie, and that Tom Cruise completely meddled with the script and everything on set, and they're not sure if he actually is what caused it to be a mediocre movie, or if he saved it from being an even worse movie.
I mean, who knows? With those big budget movies, there's so much money involved that everybody has to be made happy. And man, I mean, legitimately, it is very difficult for people to make movies of that scale that are any good because, I mean, I get it too. Like the execs, you have your job on the line. You have hundreds of millions of dollars in something. You don't really want to risk it.
In certain cases of the Star Wars franchise, billions of dollars of revenue.
But in Star Wars, you've got like one definitive voice. You've got Kathleen Kennedy, who is not taking crap from anybody. And then you've got Lawrence Kasdan, who wrote the originals, or at least some of the originals, working with her. So like that, and with Marvel, when you've got like a kind of a definitive voice making all the decisions, like Kevin Feige over Marvel, then it can work. But I think you get a lot of like Fox, or you've got all these people, it's filmmaking by committee, and it just ends up being... And I didn't see The Mummy, so I can't really comment on it. But
I didn't see it either. I was just relaying the story I had read.
So basically, we're crapping all over a movie neither of us have seen.
I don't think anyone crapped all over anything. I have to agree,
Well, I mean, we can say that it didn't do well financially in the box office, and it was somewhat panned by critics.
Well, and to be honest, there's no way it should have been that big of a budget. Like, I mean, if you're going to reboot... The cool thing about the old horror movies, they're trying to create this new world, is that most of them were pretty low budget. Like, they're kind of almost B movies. So if they could have captured some of that without making it... I mean, it looked like Mission Impossible. If you could have captured some of that without being the SFX, the visual effects spectacle, it could have been very cool. Get Guillermo del Toro in there making a mid-level budget movie. Could have been very cool.
All right, just really quickly, I know we've still got some people in the chat room. We haven't seen any comments recently. If you guys have any questions for myself, Adam, or Melanie, make sure to start popping those in there. Anything about, filmmaking and whatnot is applicable, or anything that we've been talking about, really feel free to interject, and we'll try and address those as we go on. So, let's see, Adam, Melanie, what should we talk about next? Your turn.
I want to talk about Shane Moore and how bad his books suck. Because I know he's watching right now, and I told him I would throw him under the bus at some point.
Hi, Shane! Sorry!
What a terrible best-selling author he is.
Wow!
I told him I was going to do it. That's the only reason.
I was gonna go with like chocolate cake and best desserts. He's
on there.
Awful.
He's on there making comments about how he got him pregnant from states away.
You know what? He's gonna like me better than you now.
Well, yeah, probably already did. There we go. There it is. That's what I was.
You monsters.
That's what I was looking for.
Oh.
There
Someone's
she is.
saying hi over here. Oh, hold on. Come
Oh,
here.
baby.
Here we go. I told you, at least once every live stream, he wants to make an appearance on camera. So.
Boys would have stayed for that.
I know. They would have definitely.
So what you're saying is I should have Hudson on camera the entire time.
I don't know why you don't.
Really, you should be the host, to be honest.
Hudson, did you know that you have more personality than me?
Cat stand, and just sit him on top of it. You know what I'm talking about? He says, I'm sure it was going to have to...
Oh, Shane. You get there.
All right, Hudson, I'm putting you down now. You're short and you're ugly. I just put him down.
Oh, what the heck? This has gone downhill fast.
I said I was putting him down.
Well,
that's not the way you say that.
I walked into Tender Greens for lunch earlier, and I saw their big board that usually has like the menu, but instead it was this big graphic, and it says, "We have rad dishes here," and then photos of radishes, and I was like, all right, who is the dad that came up with that?
Yeah, that's something.
You could write for them. What? Yeah, I know yes, I am. He says I'm the brains of the operation.
Well, yeah, that should be pretty obvious.
Ay. That's why he's going to give me his next book series and not you.
No, right.
You want him to write you as a character in his next book?
No. No. No, you'd be like some He-Man with like
No,
rippling muscles
I'd be
and
a
no
zombie
shirt.
or something. Somebody gets eaten by a zombie.
Maybe he'd make you a character, Aaron. You want to ask him? He's pretty nice.
All of a sudden, there's this weird guy with a hat running around his books.
Yeah, fedora. I can see him putting a fedora in.
Yeah.
Put a fedora in.
Fedora Man.
There you go.
Wait.
You got your next bestseller, Shane. Oh, he decided.
So attractive.
I could be the Flash. I'm gonna be the Flash instead. I like the Flash better than the Captain America mask. I don't know. It's something about the lightning bolts. Right? Guys. Come on. This isn't doing it for me. It's the lightning.
I'm not sure which is, causing the stream to go downhill faster, my jokes or yours.
Whatever.
She's not joking, though, is the thing. Legit criticism of these
I really do
masks.
like that one better.
All right. So if you guys were to pick a favorite project, and I know this is like picking your favorite child, which would it be that you guys have done so far?
Have done or we're going?
Well, see, that's a different question. Of what we've done? I think, probably Sudden Death, I would guess. Sudden Death or research, probably. Sudden Death, doing the music and stuff is super fun, although we had a musical episode of research, which was really fun. Inside the Extras was really fun, too, for other reasons. The difference, I think, between Sudden Death and research and then some of the other ones we've done, man, I think those, except for I Hate It, which I love that. Nobody watched that show, but it's still one of my favorite things we've done. Yeah, we got to cast, we got to use the crew that we wanted all the way through. We had basically complete autonomy on both of those shows. And we raised the money for both of them, although we spent far too much of our own money on Sudden Death. Since then, on everything, I think everything besides I Hate It, it's been we're working with, and it's been fantastic working with Azusa Pacific University and using their theater acting students, or we worked with Pilgrim Studios and 1620. They were fantastic. So those were super fun for a variety of reasons, but I think those were the only two projects that we kind of just got to just go have fun, do whatever, without answering to anybody. And we've definitely gotten great notes from the people we've answered to, but I think it was just a different kind of fun. So
he likes my notes best, Aaron.
It's true. It's true. Inside the Extras was great because we got to meet and work with a lot of YouTube stars and that sort of thing. So that was cool too.
Yeah, which I actually wanted to ask about that. So you had done one season with Pilgrim or with Studio 16. What was
1620? It's the same.
That's right. I almost said that, and I was doubting that was the correct number.
No, it's the disco branch of Pilgrim.
Everyone does. Everyone does.
So you did the first season, and then you were able to get a second season through them as well, and you guys kind of pushed on, increasing your numbers and your subscribers, and how all did that go for you guys? What did you learn, I guess is what I should say, as you were trying to build growth? What key takeaways did you learn?
Yeah, quite a lot. We increased our audience more than tenfold. I don't know what the numbers are now. I'm guessing it's probably close to 300,000 for the second season. The first season was around 30. So yeah, literally it was 10 times the viewership in the second season as the first. What did we learn? Well, they kind of let us cut loose on the second season, and some of the craziness that we got to do in the second season we wanted to do in the first, but there was kind of a mandate to try and be more realistic, and so the stuff about the ginger witches and all that stuff, we didn't really get to do in the first. We kind of got to turn it loose, so that helped. But the biggest thing was just bringing in people that already had audiences. We had John Cozart, who's got, I don't know, 5 million subscribers on YouTube. We had Brizzy Voices, who's got like 1.5 million. Tezon Day, who's got like 1 million. So we brought in a lot of those people. And we brought in like Armin Shimmerman, who's on Deep Space Nine. Doug Jones, of course, because Doug's in everything we do. So yeah, I think bringing in that. Oh, we brought in Mary Kate Wiles as a regular, so she was on every episode. She's from the Lizzie Bennett Diaries and all sorts of other stuff, and she's fantastic.
She is wonderful.
And she connected us with a lot of people, and I think you connected us with some people, and we had other friends that helped us meet a lot of these types of people. And yeah, I mean, having that helped a lot. I mean, John's episode is probably, it's close to 100,000 views.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's, you know, it's a little bit who you cast. It's a lot about how hard you hoof it. It's a little bit about how much Facebook throttles you. You know, all the usual
We'll
suspects.
change their algorithm halfway through the show. Yeah. But we did a street this time too, which helped. So.
There was actually one thing I think I learned from you guys that I applied to my vlog when I kicked it back off last year, was you guys talked about how your engagement on Facebook for YouTube videos was nothing compared to native videos. So you were just uploading to both places because you were just concerned about the views.
Yeah, initially, I think we were only going to upload to YouTube, but then Pilgrim uploaded it to Facebook as well, and I don't think there was like a miscommunication. I don't think we knew they were going to do that, and then we realized, oh, we're getting more views on Facebook.
Yeah.
And then as they went, Facebook really throttled the views you get on YouTube videos, and so we kind of kept doing it as an experiment, and yeah, Facebook went through the roof, and YouTube is small in comparison. So for like John's video, the musical, it's got double the videos on Facebook. It's like probably 60,000 on Facebook and like 30 something on YouTube.
The views, yeah.
Yeah. So.
Have you guys been taking a look at the new like Facebook Watch tab and seeing about setting something up as an official show to show up in there?
We have a little. Honestly, we're trying to focus on features and trying to get away from the web space because we kind of got, I don't want to say locked in because we had a great time doing it and had some awesome partners. But we kind of got into this to do features, and we kind of got distracted by web series for a long time. You know, and it was paying the bills too, so it's like,
fun.
Yeah,
we had a great time.
We did have a great time, and so you can't really complain about any of that stuff. But we're kind of really, we turned down doing something, and we're kind of really trying to push towards features. So I haven't stayed up as much in that space as I probably should.
Let's make a movie.
That sounds good to me.
Right?
No.
I think so too.
Did you need a dashing superhero that wears a fedora?
Fedora Man, yeah.
Obviously.
We're set.
We're waiting for Shane to write his book. What is he saying? He's being ridiculous. Holy cow.
He says research is the best of all time, whispers of all time. And then I've got close to 50,000 combined flexes.
Back up, brother. This is our show.
All right. So what kind of, if you've got, some fresh filmmakers just dumping into town or even trying to build their career where they're at, what do you recommend? Do you recommend they pursue, doing some web series and YouTube stuff for a bit to build up, or what really would you recommend someone doing?
You go first. You go first. I mean, I have my stock answer, but I want to hear. I'm not sure what you would say. Actually,
would I recommend that they do web series first? I think it would depend on the kid. I mean, he's still in the college world, and I haven't been out of it that long in terms of having worked with college students, and so I say kid. I don't mean kid. If you're watching later, I'm sorry. I don't mean you're a kid. But I think it would depend on the kid. Like, well, we were talking about actors trying to write, and some it's a very viable option. Some it's not such a great idea, even if you're looking for a vehicle for yourself. So in that case, I don't know that I would recommend trying to write a web series. In terms of being a director, think it depends on what you're looking for and what it is you want to do, and if you're willing to do the crowdfunding. I know so many young filmmakers who are like, oh, there's got to be a better way than crowdfunding, or they do crowdfunding and they don't do research and they're not doing it well. We're a phone call away. Call us. We'll help you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen a few crowdfunding campaigns that just aren't quite done right, or they're just not,
Yeah.
don't have the perks set up right. Although there was this one project I saw that I swore it was not going to pass. It was actually an anime project, and I was like, it looked beautiful, and I really was like, oh man, I'd love to see it done. And I thought for sure it wasn't going to do it. And then they do a Reddit AMA, and they blow past their goal. And I'm like, all right, I guess it's time for me to put money in now.
Wow.
That's great.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, and we have some friends that do Kickstarter very well.
Yeah.
Gabe and Etta, who both were in research, raised $100,000 and made a feature, and they did one of the best Kickstarters I've ever seen. And they released a new video every single day for the entire thing. And then Mary Kate and her crew over at Shipwrecked, with Sean and all of them, do really great Kickstarters. And
in fact, they're doing one right now.
I think they're finished. Yeah, they just finished. They got their goal. They raised 70-some thousand for this web series they did recently. They raised, I don't know how much they raised on the Gilded Lily, the new short they're working on. But they're great. They release like character posters and all sorts of crazy stuff. So if you want to see how to do a Kickstarter right, Deanna and Divine Meet the Apocalypse, or Poe Party, or The Curse of the Gilded Lily. Yeah, Shipwreck. They do really, really great.
Do we swear?
Get some I do those later. I mean, I've done a few projects, myself, and I've, been on a campaign that's been successful, and a campaign that was semi-successful, although I know why that one wasn't. And one campaign that went through that I actually wish hadn't.
We understand.
Yeah, not going to go more into detail than that, but I'm actually looking to kick some stuff off soon, to get a couple of Kickstarters for some smaller projects to finally get these things done. I know people have been asking me on my live streams the last couple of weeks if I'm going to be setting up a Patreon, and I am. I just have to figure out how to structure it right, because that's a lot of, with Kickstarter, it's a lot of, you got to have the pricing tiers right, but then you also got to market it right, because it can be a full-time job just doing a crowdfunding campaign for a month.
Gosh,
oh yeah, it really is. Yeah.
What are some of the projects you want to go work on, Aaron? Talk to us.
Talk to you, okay. So the first thing out the door is this anime project, this anime short film that I have been working on for, I think I wrote the script at least 5 years ago. And I've always wanted to also do like a graphic novel one shot with it, because it's, like a 20 page, it's a 10-page script. So graphic novel would probably be somewhere around the 24-ish range. And so because the animated short for a 10-minute short would cost me $100,000 to do, I'm thinking, well, let's start with the graphic novel, because we can probably do that for a fraction of the cost. So that's probably going to be the first Kickstarter, and then there's an anime series that I'm working on that I'll probably do as a graphic novel series first, through a Kickstarter, and that would be a larger one, and use the smaller one kind of to prove like, okay, we can do it, we can pull the talent together, we can make this thing, and here's a larger project. And then I've got some short films I want to do, to beef up my own, because a lot of my experience is writing and producing, and I want to do a little bit more directing as well. And so there's a few short films I want to do for YouTube, and I got to be able to pay for those, because I want to pay for my cast and crew, and one of them's like a sci-fi western, so that itself is just going to demand money for horses and squibs and stunts and props and costumes and a Wild West town. Nice. So those are kind of what I'm working on right now.
Nice.
All right. You got a plan of attack?
Working on that. I am planning my plan of attack right now, putting together all the different pieces and trying to figure out which order I should do things because certain things might be more lower hanging fruit. And then, but yeah, I am putting that plan together because I know I have to plan before I just do.
Well, we're behind you. We back you up on this. We're looking forward to it.
All right, I will have to make sure to send you guys material when I'm getting ready to go high.
I read it all the time, all the time.
Everybody sends stuff. I told her she needs to start charging people for feedback because she reads stuff for people all the time.
After Aaron. I'll do it
Melanie,
after
yeah,
Aaron.
after you, she'll start charging. Melanie loves
I give
anime.
you a quarter.
She's a
Pay
huge
$1 for all of
fan.
it.
Sends all the anime to Melanie. She loves it so much. So
It's not funny.
you won't have to see the pictures, so
It's not funny.
you can comment on the script.
So.
What? What was that?
She's not an anime fan.
Oh, you're not an anime fan?
But I like
what?
you.
You know, maybe we just need to show you my favorite anime, and then
It's not the thing is it's the visuals. The visuals creep her out, and so it's not like if I show you the right anime, no, it's the visuals. Trust me, because I like anime,
And the kids like anime, and
Yeah.
then Melanie goes out and gets a coffee.
goes to the other room.
So Adam, what's your favorite anime?
My favorite of all time is probably Death Note. I like Death Note a lot. The movie was a travesty.
I
But
am hearing that I haven't watched it yet. It's still on my list because I figure I have to watch it.
I watched the first part and then I just thought, why am I watching this? And I turned it off.
The funny thing is I actually haven't seen the anime all the way through because my introduction to Death Note was the 2-part live action Japanese film that was made like 10 years ago.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
I actually need to go back and watch the anime.
It's fantastic. I'm watching My Hero Academia right now, and Knights of Sidonia, and season 2 of Attack on Titan. All while she's not around or late at night.
Yeah, I've only seen the first season of Attack on Titan. My favorite anime is Cowboy Bebop.
Okay. Yeah, I like Cowboy Bebop. I haven't seen all the show. I've seen the movie. I don't know if I've seen all the show, though.
Yeah, and the movie takes place like 2/3 through the series as well. But I love Cowboy Bebop because not only is it an anime, it's a Western, it's a 70s cop show, and it's a film noir all wrapped into one.
You would hate it.
It's not.
It really is the visuals. Yeah.
You know what did it? Don Bluth. I blame him.
Yeah, Rankin Bass.
It was Rankin Bass.
I mean, those aren't even fully.
Yeah, those aren't even anime.
They have kind of a similar visual. Well, it's The Last Unicorn and like that sort of thing. That kind of throws it off.
I met the author of Last Unicorn a couple of times.
And did you?
And is he watching?
I doubt he's watching. He's got people that handle his email and everything for him.
Somebody really wants attention.
Yeah, poor bug pig.
Hey!
It's like jumping up and down on your, mommy, look at me.
I got 2 of those stairs.
You looking for something in particular, poor bug? Yeah, and there's a comment from
Jillian.
Yay! Hi! Why are you awake?
Oh, but she loves Last Unicorn.
Yeah, she loves Last Unicorn. That's kind of the pseudo, because that's Rankin Bass, isn't it?
Yeah, it's that kind of. It's not. I mean, they're not fully anime, obviously, but it's close to that style of animation. That just kind of. I think it's a lot of.
It was Gollum. Gollum scared the
well, she doesn't like
crap
Lord of
out
the
of
Rings
me.
movies either for that reason. But it's kind of the. I think it's the like still background.
Are you
you
mansplaining right now my issues?
I'm explaining to Aaron.
Wow.
I used the word.
To Aaron. I'm not explaining to you. I'm explaining to Aaron. Now I'm mansplaining how I'm not mansplaining. So
I'm just kidding.
it
That's
all,
horrible.
it all
I don't
ends up
say
equal
that.
in the end.
I had the girl who played Matilda accuse me of mansplaining on Twitter like a year ago.
Were you?
No, I was just giving commentary on Reddit. And then she was like, "You're a libertarian, aren't you?" I'm like, "No, I declined to stay to party. Why would you think I am?" She was like, "Because you're talking about Gary Johnson in your feed and you're mansplaining Reddit to me." And I'm like, I don't know that what you know about what. And I mentioned Gary Johnson once because I actually thought he should have been allowed in the debate because I want to know whether or not he's actually votable or not.
Yeah. Well,
Don't take it, Eric.
You know,
Don't take
hint,
it.
he wasn't, but
no one was. It's really spoiler alert
true.
for the last election is no one was votable.
Yeah. By the way, Melanie, if you want to see, the style we're going for is anime, but a little westernized as well. This is kind of what we're working on for. That's my short.
Show me that one. That one doesn't like freak me out.
Okay, so you might be a fan of my project then. There we go.
She's going
Thank you.
into the couch
right.
right now,
It's
which
okay.
my
I'm
arm
okay.
happens to be
It's
back
fine.
there, so that's a
We'll
problem.
get your arm out of there.
Oh, so are you a fan of the Miyazaki works?
I am. I made her watch. I know. Do you want to talk? We can talk about something else.
No, you don't have to talk about anything else. Why are you asking?
I think I had her watch one, and it was the wrong one to watch because it's not my favorite either. We went and saw Ponyo in the theater.
Oh yeah.
And that was not the best introduction to me.
Ponyo, yeah, was a little
It's
weird.
okay, but yeah, that wasn't the one that I should have showed her if I were again. I got one shot and I blew it, basically.
You did not. It wasn't that bad. It was just really.
Yeah. And really, I mean, honestly, that was my reaction to it too. So.
I bet your kids would love Porco Rosso though.
They've seen Kiki's Delivery Service, and they watched what was the last one that he did? I can't think of the name. They liked that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen the most recent one.
These didn't really hold their attention. But I don't know.
Obviously,
Maybe.
Spirited Away is a big one that everyone talks about.
That was a little dark for them still.
But, there is a comment here from your friend Phoenix 5 that I think we skipped over. He said, October 1st, I'm launching my first ever Kickstarter. I'm excited. I made a Facebook group to lead it off, and I have more than 1,000 people interested or going.
Oh.
Yeah, he's launching a new book called. Should we give in and plug his book for him?
Oh, he's
so
needy.
Since I said that his books are terrible, I guess I have to. He's writing a new book called Lucifer: The Untold Story that he's going to be kickstarting here. So he's
interesting.
He's famous for the Apocalypse of Enoch. So go check it out on Amazon.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good new book. We're excited.
Yeah. So.
All right. Poor Bone Pig said he went to the Studio Ghibli Museum once. That sounds exciting. Where is that, Poor Bunk?
We'll wait while you answer.
Yeah,
in silence.
We'll just sit here waiting.
Some good
Purposely slurping my water.
Good product placement right here.
Yeah, I noticed you got your nice little Mildly Fearsome Films mug there.
I really want some to say that you're poisoned on the inside, but Adam won't let me get them.
We're working on it.
That's hilarious. Hold on, I gotta get mine.
Did he just leave us on screen to go get his mug?
I think so, yeah.
So
that's not a Mildly Fearsome mug, Aaron.
No,
mug. What the heck?
So funny story with this is my mom. One time, like for Christmas, like before Christmas, she was like, I need one of your business cards. I'm like, okay, why? And I give it to her. And then all of a sudden she gives me this for Christmas. I'm like, Mom, if I knew you were going to do this, I could have just given you the logo because my business card.
But it's special.
There you go.
It is. I just had to laugh at what happened because I'm like, yeah, my business card is on a mug.
The museum
is your next one.
Museum is in Japan, by the way, which I suppose makes sense.
Yeah.
Not as interesting as your mug. I got more. You want to compare mugs? I got Audrey Hepburn. I got some other weirdo stuff.
Golden Girls.
I have some little glass cups that I don't use that are all the Star Wars planets, including Alderaan, and it's a shattered surface. It's the funniest thing. Because they blew Alderaan up.
It's really disrespectful to all the people that were carelessly murdered. And
he's so proud of himself. Look at him.
You know, and the funny thing is I've never used them because I'm afraid of them breaking because they were kind of these fragile little things.
Oh, I think you have to use them. What are you going to do with them? They're not display worthy. You got to drink out of those suckers.
Yeah, I need to do that. It's not the type of cup that you would pull out during a party, though.
No. But when you're sitting at home, watching The Voice. I know you watch The Voice, Aaron.
Oh, The Boys. I thought, like, watching The Boys. I don't have any boys.
Don't worry, I have enough for you. All of us. All of us. All of us.
Oh, there was a life-size robot from Laputa. Is that Castle in the Sky, I think? I'm not sure. I'm like totally behind on like switching cameras tonight. So half the time I'm talking and you guys are on screen, and you're talking and I'm on screen.
You should have told Melanie we're going to talk about anime so much she would not have come.
Well, what would you like to talk about now?
What's your favorite Golden Girls episode?
I do have a favorite Golden Girls episode. How do you know me so well?
We've been married for 10 years, I should. Also, we watch it like every night.
You guys are adorable together. You should put a ring on that finger, Adam.
It doesn't fit.
Oh, got one. I got one on here too.
Yes, Golden Girls episodes. So there's this episode where Blanche decides to write a novel. It's a two-parter. Dorothy's sick. What's it called?
Sick and Tired.
Sick and Tired. Two-part episode. It was like a season opener, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like season 6.
So good, Aaron. So good. Didn't Blanche get did she win an Emmy for it? Or did she she got a nomination at least? Rue McClanahan?
I feel like you should be impressed with the knowledge I've shown so far, but let's maybe not. I got so much.
If you keep your mouth shut, everyone just think you're smart.
I know, I shouldn't have said anything. Did you know that the Golden Girls house is here in LA? We have not yet tried.
I'm not surprised. I did not.
You want to go with us? You can sit in the back with the boys.
Yeah, I don't.
You're going to go on a tour?
No, we're going to go find the Golden Girls house and we're going to take pictures.
Yeah. I know for a while at least people were doing that with the Brady Bunch house.
Are you
I
trying
don't know why I
to
couldn't remember that.
make some kind of equivalent
Equivocation
statement
between
with
the two shows?
the Brady Bunch and the Golden Girls?
I'm
Are we
just
doing
saying it was a famous house.
This is not working. This is not working for me, Aaron.
Father of the Bride house is in Marina Del Rey,
That's true.
or is it? Yeah, it's one of these. It's out by Pasadena or Marina Del Rey.
We're losing our fan base over here.
Oh,
'cause
they're
we're
long
talking
gone.
about
They left long ago. Don't worry.
They're not talking about anime.
Don't worry.
What's this Golden Girl?
Shane got his book plug. He's like, all right, I'm out. That's all I wanted. No.
Probably. There's Jillian.
Jillian's still
Royal Tenenbaums house in the. We're not talking about the Bronx.
Yeah, get your New York
Come
crap
on!
out of here, Jillian. Talking about.
So what TV shows are you guys like watching? You know, and are they inspiring any of your stories at all?
What are we watching?
Well, we watch mostly comedy because we don't have time to watch hour-longs anymore.
We're gonna start watching The Orville.
Yeah, I'm gonna check out The Orville. I haven't seen it yet.
That is hour long though.
Yeah, that'll be pushing it. But I mean, we do watch.
So it's better than the first.
The second episode's better than the first. I'll have to keep that in mind. Yeah, we do watch like Mr. Robot and Downton Abbey, which we're still like a season left of that before it's over. We watch a lot of stuff like Sherlock when it's on and that sort of thing. Comedies, I really like The Good Place, the first season, just coming back like tomorrow, I think. We watch Family Guy, American Dad. My favorite of all time is Arrested Development. Hers is Golden Girls. Coincidentally, has the same executive producer on both. Obviously wasn't for the whole run of Golden Girls, but near the end, Rich Hurwitz was one of the main writers, and then he created Arrested Development. Along with Mark Cherry, also on the Golden Girls, who created Desperate Housewives. Some little trivia knowledge for you. Brooklyn Nine-Nine, what else? What else do we watch? I'm going to check out Ghosted when it comes on, because I like Adam Scott and Craig Robinson. Who knows? We'll see. I don't know. My brain's not working real well right now. But there's not as many good comedies on as there used to be. They're all going
it hasn't been a big comedy world in the last few years.
Like quirky dramas, like everybody's like Orange is the New Black. I've seen it. It's not a comedy. Like it's not a bad show, but it's not comedy either. So it's a lot of that type of stuff. Like I watched a little bit of Master of None, and it didn't do much for me. But that sort of thing, like the Louis C.K. show, like a lot of that stuff, they're not bad shows. It's just not really what I want out of a comedy. When I'm looking for a half-hour comedy, I'm looking to just laugh as much as possible. And a lot of the newer shows are more dramatic, I think. I'd much rather just laugh a lot. And like, it's a ridiculous show, but I love Angie Tribeca. It is just an absurd show. And half the jokes fall flat, but there's so many of them that there's a lot of decent laughs.
Did you watch? It got canceled after the first season, unfortunately. The Great Indoors.
No, I missed that one. We loved The Grinder, and that got shut down after a season, which is
he has to watch comedies because of me. Let's be honest.
I write and direct comedies for the living, but I have to. You're the one that gets me to watch them.
Jillian's angry.
Oh, no, she's not angry. She's pretty great.
The Tick. We watched the pilot of The Tick. I haven't seen the rest of it since it came out.
Yeah, I saw like the old cartoon. I haven't seen the new.
I've seen
I don't have Amazon Prime.
Yeah, we've that would prevent you from watching it. Then yes.
Yeah.
We watched some of the Patrick Warburton version, but I've only seen the first episode. Haven't gotten around to the rest yet. What else? What else did we watch?
I missed everything you just said.
Yeah.
It was a lot of comedies.
We watch a lot of classic movies. That's true. So more often than not, we watch some TCM something or other. Went to the TCM Film Festival for our 10th anniversary this year, which was comedy themed and awesome. So
I think I remember seeing some posts about that.
It was amazing. It was like every comedy hero we have that is still living was there in person. It was awesome.
Yeah.
So.
Poor Bunk Pig wants to know if we've seen Hacksaw Ridge. I actually, just saw that like 2 weeks ago.
I haven't yet. We tried to. I tried to when we were home for Christmas with my dad, and it was sold out, so we ended up seeing Passengers instead. But
it was the 99-cent movie rental of the week on iTunes like a month or so ago. And I rented it, and then like 3 days before it expired, I'm like, I gotta sit down and watch this.
Yeah, I'd like to.
What'd you think of it? Did you like it?
I really did. I enjoyed it. It was a very well done film, and it was one of those, it's based on real people, and so during the closing credits, they have those real people in there and saying like, oh yeah, I said this and that, and it's like they got it perfectly, in the film, and so it was interesting seeing all of that. But yeah, it was a touching film. It was like you think you know where it's going from the trailers, and in a sense you do, but it's not one of those stories where you'll want to find out what happens. It's more of like, what was the journey? You want to follow the journey.
Yeah, he might be a little crazy in his personal life, but a little is probably an understatement there. But he's a heck of a director for sure. So.
Oh, you talking about Gibson?
Yeah.
Mel. Let's just call him Mel.
Right.
Let's not do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, You wouldn't work with Mel Gibson if you had an opportunity?
I mean, I wouldn't out and out probably say no up front about anybody necessarily.
I would absolutely work with him.
Yeah, I mean, let's see where we are in his life. Is he embroiled in a scandal, or is he?
Hey, Mel. We'll work with you.
Hit us
Come
up,
here.
man. Braveheart's one of my favorite movies. The Passion is great. I don't think we ever finished Apocalypto, but what I saw of it was really good.
I enjoyed that. I saw that once, and it was an intense film.
Yeah, he's a great director. Yeah, say what you will about everything else, but he's a great director for sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're probably, and I'm not sure what else necessarily to kind of cover. Anything else that you guys want to bring up and discuss?
How'd the fedora start, Aaron? Give us the lowdown on the fedora.
The lowdown on the fedora. High school. Mostly inspired by Indiana Jones.
Okay.
And then some other things. But really, it kind of just meshed more with the entire the Roaring 20s style, and so I just developed my own style all the way back in high school, and then got my first real fedora in my 20s, and I get comments a lot that I'm probably one of the only people that really could pull this off, because a lot of people try and they really don't look good in them, and I've been told I do. I don't know. You can tell me if that's true or not.
Well, they go with the suit. So I see people wearing them all the time with
But look, he's I know, actively pulling it
realized it as I was saying. But you see people who've got a tank top on with a fedora.
Technically, this is a T-shirt. It is a long sleeve T-shirt.
Well, there you go. So prove me wrong.
But that's legit on him.
But most of the time, and I see you in the fedora, you got a suit on and stuff. So it goes with the style. You can't just throw on a fedora.
But he can. Look at him.
All right. Well, Aaron can.
That's what I'm saying is
Aaron can do it. You put on a fedora, and I'm looking at you going, "Do we need to take you to go get your headache?"
I mean, I've read the things that say, "Oh, you're only supposed to wear these with suits and all these different rules for wearing a fedora," and I'm like, yeah, sometimes if I'm wearing just a stupid T-shirt, it looks wrong. But usually, if it's some sort of styled shirt, at least it does okay. I'm able to wear this with jeans without a problem.
I think it's legit. I like it.
Here's a topic for you that kind of set off a firestorm on my Facebook page. I didn't realize it would be controversial. I think that the 30s is the greatest era of film comedy.
Of film comedy, I don't know that I've watched enough 30s film comedy to.
You gotta go. It's the best.
I mean, aside, are we talking Abbott and Costello, or who are we talking comedies back then?
The Screwballs. It Happened One Night. The Awful Truth. All of those, Clark Gables and The Thin Man. All the Thin Mans are great. What's the?
Ask Jillian.
Yeah, Jillian knows.
Jillian's on there somewhere. She'll tell you.
I actually do have The Awful Truth in my iTunes library, because I was hanging out with a girl I was hoping to date. She said it was her favorite movie of all time, so I bought it in iTunes, and then we stopped hanging out. And then I'm like, I still got to watch this film, so I watched it and enjoyed it. It's probably a lot more info than you needed to know about why I have that film.
It's great.
Sudden death music for your ringtone and The Awful Truth. It's fine. We understand. At least we're in good company.
My Man Godfrey is fantastic. Anything with Carol Lombard and Irene Dunn It Happened One Night is probably my favorite comedy of all time, short of Airplane and What's Up, Doc. There's so many.
I do have to say that in terms of comedy duos, we don't have anyone really these days that can match the Abbott and Costello and the Laurel and Hardys.
Yeah, and I don't even love those movies necessarily, but
Oh, we had Farley and Spade for a hot second.
there you go. But you got the Marx Brothers and Chaplin doing his thing in the 30s. Like, you got so many good movies in the 30s. All right. She wants me to stop talking.
No, I don't at all. I almost wore my classic movie T-shirt. That's how much I like them. It's either that or
classic movie T-shirt with a superhero mask.
You still got it?
I already did these though.
Oh,
wait.
There's another one. There you go.
Every mom on the planet has these, by the way. Every mom. This is not a joke. This is like beautiful.
I want to know whether you have that Chewbacca mask that Chewbacca mom has.
She kind of freaked me out a little bit. We do have the Darth Vader mask somewhere.
Yeah, we do have a Darth Vader mask. That's very true. Our 2-year-old loves to put it on, and it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, he does.
So.
My goddaughter went around Comic-Con a year and a half ago as Kylo Ren. She loved wearing that mask. Oh, hold on. I gotta switch over to you. Supergirl. Superwoman.
Your little goddaughter, she's a little rock star. That kid's gonna take the world by storm. Seriously.
You should have seen her at Comic-Con this year. Oh, dear Lord.
We did. We saw her.
We hung out with you guys at Comic-Con.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. She was hanging out with this gal that works for Square Enix. And she, like, the gal from Square Enix is like, dude, she's, like, going to be bigger than you are on YouTube. So we have created her YouTube channel, and I'm surprised she hasn't popped into the chat to comment. But we've created it, but we haven't, like, I'm still trying to teach her how to properly vlog and shoot something that she edits together to put up that tells a story. And she doesn't quite have that patience yet. She just wants to put it on live and just sit there and not even communicate with the audience.
How old is she? She's young.
She is 11 going on 21.
Yeah, so see, most 21-year-olds don't figure themselves out until they're 45. She's got plenty of time.
Oh, I know I'm going to have to, in the next few years, I'm going to have to buy and start learning how to polish a shotgun.
Do you need to go that far? I mean, it's LA. I'm pretty sure you can get away with all kinds of other things.
I don't know that you need to polish it either. Like, actually, the more ratty it looks, the more scary it probably is.
That's true.
Well, it's just that thing of being able to sit on the porch pretending to polish it or polishing it. Yep, what time are we going to have her home? Nope, 10 o'clock.
Wouldn't that work with, like, nunchucks?
Sure, yeah,
like...
that's scary. But you know what else more is scary? Bam! What time are you going to bring her home? Bam! Okay, you better do it. Just saying.
And this is why we have boys and not girls.
That's hilarious.
We're here for you, Aaron. We're here for you.
I appreciate it. I'm going to need all the help I can get when she's of dating age.
Did you take care of the task I asked you to take care of before we started this?
I did. I don't think that...
I'm not going to mention it out loud to embarrass you, but just checking.
Let's this time talking in code so no one knows what we're talking about.
Yes, I did accomplish that task. It was to message a girl I met at a thing over the weekend.
A thing. There's a thing. This is a thing.
Yeah.
We do lots of things. There's things out there to do. Yeah. What's your favorite thing to do, Aaron?
My favorite thing to do is try and take over the world.
Okay, brain.
You know, I went to USC with, he's a friend of ours, Nate Ruger. His dad created Animaniacs and Pinky and the Brain, and he was the voice of Slappy Squirrel and Young Plucky Duck on the show. So.
That's legit. Jillian knows him. Where are you, Jillian?
Yeah, Jillian knows him.
Oh, my favorite things to do, aside from vlogging, Oh, I don't know. Watching TV, hanging out, actually doing game nights and stuff. I just did that last night. Had some friends over. We were supposed to play some game that they had, and we ended up playing Cards Against Humanity. So, fun and debauchery.
Doesn't sound like a lot of debauchery, though.
Well, Cards Against Humanity is kind of that way.
Fine.
It was a toss-up between Cards Against Humanity and a game called That's What She Said, which is the same game, just all innuendo.
Yay! That sounds fun. You want to talk board games?
Yes, I would love to talk board games.
We have some friends who make board games. The Rights of Cthulhu is coming out any day now.
That's true, yeah. They do. We just got a game called Flip Chips from Kane Klinko, the creator of Clank, and it's awesome. My 4-year-old loves it so much. So.
Have you guys played Babies and Bears?
I have not.
I've played Babies versus Bears. It's by Matt Inman, the Oatmeal, and I'm not sure the name of the guy that he... Hudson. Dog's trying to get in the trash.
Jillian and Ryan played Monopoly, so they're hardcore gamers.
I'd rather go to their house.
Yeah, the only would play with you. I'm like, let's play Pandemic Legacy, and she's like, yeah, we could play Monopoly though. That's not true. She'd rather. We have like every version of Ticket to Ride. She is an expert.
Look at my face.
Someone gave me a board game called Battle of the Sexes, and no one ever. I'm like, I want to at least see what this game is like, and no one ever wants to play it with me.
I think have we played that?
I feel like
I think we played it with my parents.
I was gonna say with your parents or your brother.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we played that one. So.
Yeah. One game that you should play, especially with actor friends, and not with children, is called Utter Nonsense. And it's kind of the same with, like Cards Against Humanity, except that the cards that you pull out are accents. And everyone has a handful of phrase cards, and they have to pick a phrase that they say in that accent. And so you get some really bad renditions, and you have to pick the best accent. And there are accents in there like Russian and Southern and giving birth and chicken.
How is giving birth an accent? Having done it twice, there's no accent to it.
I mean, it's probably yelling, I guess.
It's an accent.
Yeah, it's not. This game is ridiculous. Yeah, no, I don't think there's an accent when you don't remember you starting spouting off.
You would just have to say the phrase, but pretend you're saying it as you're giving birth.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah, that sounds terrible.
There's also cards.
Well, my doctor yelled it.
There's also an accent of orgasm, if you're wondering.
Yeah, I mean, maybe there's someone, but yeah, it's weird. That's weird.
Jillian said, we only play Monopoly because we don't own Settlers of Catan, I'm presuming.
Yeah.
Jillian, we're going to play together because you don't play with me.
I
really like that game.
I don't love Settlers, so.
I played Settlers of Catan on my iPad, and I did go to one game night, so I have gotten to play the board game version of that. And I actually did pretty well on the board game version. So I did okay.
Fun. It's fun. Every time we've played it has been with my brother, and he is the slowest person on the planet when it comes to playing that game. And so you just sit there for like 30 minutes between each turn, and it just kills the fun.
There was a game I played with a friend called The Sheriff of Nottingham.
Yeah, we played that.
You played that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we played it with, do you know Jeff Burns?
You should know Jeff.
Maybe. Yeah. The name sounds like super familiar. I probably have met him.
Super geeked up. Kind of similar to this. We've been on a couple times. Okay. You should, Jeff. Yeah. In fact, it was his panel we were going to when we were hanging out with you at Comic-Con.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, we played.
Yeah, the fun thing for those in the audience or watching the video that haven't played this game, you basically have to learn how to lie to your friends and also deduce whether they are lying to you.
I lost badly. Very, very badly. Yeah, she's a better liar than you would think. No.
I had to develop a strategy of every time that they thought I was lying that I wasn't, so that they got penalized. And I think I won when I played the one time I played.
Nicely done, man.
Yeah, I'm not good at those. We played Coup as well with me and her and Kale, and I lost that one badly every time. Apparently, I'm not good at telling when people are lying. Or at least those closest to me are lying.
That's why you have me.
She's a lot better at it than me, apparently.
I picked up a box of Star Munchkin, which is, one of the variants of Munchkin. Yeah. And because I remember I played Munchkin once, it was like super easy to pick up. I had a lot of fun, and so I picked up Star Munchkin, and I'm looking at the instructions, going, I think I need someone to teach me how to play this. So it's been sitting on my shelf. I need to play Star Munchkin.
Sounds like a personal problem, Aaron.
You don't understand.
If you could see our board game shelf, Aaron.
I know. I'm looking at it right now. We play
shelf. It's a hole.
We play a lot of cooperative games. So, you like Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective though? That one's fun. She's acting like she doesn't like it.
I do. I like that one. That's true. It's all these other ones that he's like, hey, there's this brand new board game, and the rules take about an hour to learn for me, and then I have to explain them to you, and then we have to play through it. Can we start at like 11:15 at night, and then we'll have to play once, and then we'll have to play it again because we screwed up the first time. This is what happened.
I hear most people actually play Monopoly wrong.
Oh yeah, most people do. We did for a long time until a friend of ours made a documentary about Monopoly Championships, and we learned how to actually properly play. It goes a lot faster than 4 hours when you know how to play it properly.
I saw there was a comment that they should make a millennial version of Monopoly where you just go around the board paying rent, never able to own anything.
Yeah, that's not necessarily a millennial thing. That's just everyone right now, I think.
Especially here in LA, dear Lord.
Yeah.
Amen,
I was actually, with my lease being up, I was looking like, would I be able to buy a condo? No, not one that I'd actually want to live in.
It could be worse. We could be in New York. Take that, Jillian.
She owns her place.
Yeah, but all right.
What?
More expensive. New York's more expensive than LA. It's one of 2 places in the whole country. Well, they're super cool.
You're a little bit burned on this one, buddy.
Yeah, they're super cool.
Hey, Jillian!
Didn't know you were going to be such a big part of the show, did you?
Well, I did get a tone in one of my AirPods a little while ago that my batteries are dying. So I think it's, and we're coming up on 90 minutes anyway. So I think it's time to start transitioning away. You guys just had this look of disgust on your face that we were ending the show.
No, I was like, we just won't shut up. We just
no, it was more of a wow. We talked for 90 minutes. We are out of control.
Sorry.
That's kind of what happens. I've had this happen on the show a couple times where, like, 45 minutes in, we just get to this point where I'm like, well, crap, I don't know what else to talk about. Are we going to end this show early? And then we just keep going. So that happened again tonight. So, and that's what I love about this is it's kind of like it's an anti-show. It's just us having a fun conversation, and usually it gets kind of better when we stop doing an interview type of thing anyway.
Well, we like you. We have faith in you. We're excited for what you got coming up. Keep us posted.
Will do. I want to thank you both for joining the show. I want to thank everyone in the live chat room for being a part of the permanent record. If you don't see it, it is part of the video screen right now. So we'll be back next week with another Monday Night Live Chats. I think I know who the guest is, but I need to double confirm him before I announce. So we'll be making that announcement soon. I want to thank you guys for joining us. Once again, I am your host, Aaron Matthew Kaiser, and we'll be back next Monday night. All right. Talk to you guys soon.